All right, I wanted to try out this phone mount for cooking because I got metal in the kitchen that I can hook this shit to right over the stove. Look at this angle. Anyways, I'm gonna cook some eggs and egg whites for you guys. Now, I'm gonna look this spray right here. It goes all over the fucking place. So I always go over the sink. I always go over the sink so I could, like, when I overspray, it gets into the sink rather than all over the fucking. Yeah, you guys can see the oil all over the fucking. Let's see. What if I turn? Nah, that light's gotta stay on. My pan's just getting too hot right now. What if I turn it down? Nah, we'll leave it back where it was at. That's fine. But it just gets everywhere, so I always go over the sink. It's got a wide berth on the nozzle, so. But going over the sink, you don't have to worry about overspraying, so I can just spray the whole pan. Now, here's my issue with freaking egg whites and eggs, okay? For some reason, I don't know if adding butter would help, because I have never cooked egg whites with butter before. But when I use that, no matter the spray, maybe it could depend on the pan, I don't know. Whenever I put egg whites with my regular eggs and I cook them, it just always, there's always stickage to the pan, dog. Like, I gotta scrape extra hard to get everything off. I don't know if you guys can see it. Like, there's a little bit right here. It doesn't come off as smoothly. I don't know if it's because my theory, right, is that there is a lack of fat in egg whites. Naturally, they're just egg whites, so it's basically just entirely protein. So there's a lack of fat to help cook the stuff, you know, because like when you're cooking a steak or beef or ground turkey or anything, and the fat comes out, you know, that's that flavor, but it also helps shit not stick to the pan. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the butter. It just makes shit not stick, you know. But adding butter would kind of take away the purpose of cooking egg whites in the first place, because it would just make it fat based. Plus, I feel like they cook weird, man. So they either there's still moisture left in them, you gotta fry these things to get the moisture out of them, you know. And I don't like my eggs super hard scrambled. You can see how quickly this came together, though. I don't like my eggs having a super hard scramble, me personally. I like a soft scramble, but that seems damn near impossible to achieve with egg whites. Because usually I like to use a smaller pan in order to get a soft scramble in the eggs. Because if the pan's too big and there's too much egg in the pan, it's hard to like stir it properly, you know. But I can't stir this shit properly because I have to keep scraping it because the egg whites stick to the pan. But when I cook regular eggs, this is just a yap sesh, by the way. When I cook regular eggs, I don't have that issue. I don't have to scrape the pan like that because I just put a little spray in there, cook the eggs, and there's no stickage to the pan. See, these guys they're done already. They're done, but like they're overdone compared to what I usually like. I like my stuff like Gordon Ramsay scrambled. You know what I'm saying? I love a good Gordon Ramsay scramble. See, right now they aren't sticking to the pan that much. Thank goodness. But I gotta work super hard to get them to stop sticking to the damn pan. But I also don't like cleaning the like scrapped on eggs. I don't like cleaning it out of the pan. It makes it difficult. So I try my best to not let anything stick to the pan. This time it just happened to be basically perfect. Damn, it's fucking. Is my phone getting hot? No, we're good. But it's my hand over this stove is fucking hot, you know. So, but that's me cooking the egg whites. You know, I'm gonna throw something on them. I ain't gonna lie. Let me cut to me adding some shit. All right, check it out. We got our eggs. I had to wash the pan in the spatula that I used because that's the only way I can stay freaking sane when it comes to doing so many dishes throughout the day, because you got to cook so often. You know, if you guys haven't seen my what I eat in a day video, there's one that I ate back when I was doing my bodybuilding competition. I'm doing something similar to that, almost verbatim the diet. If you guys want to go check that out, you can. That's I lay out everything that I eat in a day. And, you know, I use a lot of dishes. So, I got to clean them right after I use them, typically before I eat. Because if I eat first, then I'll feel lazy and I won't want to wash the dishes. But without that, usually what I put on my eggs is salt, pepper, and some of this ketchup right here. I'll put salt and like a G. Hughes barbecue sauce on there, sugar-free barbecue sauce. And that usually does good, but I'm not doing that today. I put a little bit of salt on there, but I see this salsa queen that I have in the fridge, and it sounded good. It's 10 calories per 1 ounce as a serving size, so I'm gonna kind of mess with that. Dude, doesn't that look good? It smells fantastic. That looks fantastic. Holy smokes, that's a really good salsa right there. All right, let's see here though. I'm just gonna add 1 serving, and we're gonna see if it's enough for the eggs. All right, 1.15 ounces. That's not bad. Let's do like, can we get like 1.5? That's 1.25. 1.4. 1.45. Close enough. All right, so we're at what? That's 15 calories worth of salsa in there. And it's probably going to be enough for the eggs. Maybe I could have just done 1 ounce. There's a lot of salsa in here. But, like, honestly, when it comes to eating the healthy stuff, not even just eating healthy, when you're eating so much per day trying to lose weight, one of the things that's gonna help you eat your meals, because you're gonna eat the same stuff every day most of the time, at least I do, is seasoning and switching it up. Seasoning, sauces, and that's basically what it comes down to, seasoning and sauces. And maybe finding different ways to cook it. Because, you know, if you eat like just chicken and rice every day, maybe using chicken, less rice, and then a carb balanced tortilla in there ups the fiber intake a little bit, I think. Maybe that'll help, like, I don't know, switch up the meal a little bit. There's a little bit of juice at the bottom of this now from the salsa, but that's fire. Actually, that's fire. Wait a minute. This might be, oh my goodness, I have 6 minutes of recording space left. Anyways, I've been yapping too much. Whoa. All right, this might be like the best eggs that I've had in a minute, because the other stuff gets kind of redundant and boring. However, the ketchup and pepper makes it taste like tomato soup. I don't know why. But if you guys cut out sugar for like 3 weeks, like the processed sugar, like the sweets and candies and stuff like that, then a lot of stuff that used to not taste sweet tastes so much sweeter and actually tastes a lot better. By the way, we got this in the background here, Gila Mix, and then another shaker bottle, and then that's protein powder. That's peanut butter protein powder. Cheez-Its, they're not mine. And then these little Drizzlicious the snack things. I don't know. For 21 pieces, it's 90 calories. It's actually kind of insane, because I eat just 4 of those, sweet tooth, gone. You know what I'm saying? And I just talk about resisting sweets. But those, very low calorie for what they are, to be honest with you. 21 pieces is 90 calories. Let me tell you, I'll take that all freaking day long. But these eggs, dude, this is like really good salsa, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know how to differentiate it, man, between like regular store-bought salsa, like chunky tomato salsa. Like, this stuff is different. I don't know. I'm not gonna pronounce that. But, like, it feels like actual salsa, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just tomato and some pepper and whatnot in a jar. It's like actual, like, salsa. It feels more genuine than, like, some of the other salsa brands. Even though, like, real salsa is way better. You know what I'm saying? And I've had real salsa many a times. And trust me, it blows out store-bought any day of the week. But this stuff is gas. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go, I'm waiting for delivery right now of truck tires to the house. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to go tighten the chain on my motorcycle. I didn't take the motorcycle today to the gym because I got home last night, and the chain was slapping this, like, it's so loose that if I pull up on the chain, it hits the swing arm. So that's not great. But it wasn't doing that. It wasn't that loose forever, because I checked it the night before and it was not that loose. So it's just gotten a little bit looser. I'm assuming because it's looser and the more it just got looser easier the looser it is, if that makes sense. I don't know though. I'm not a motorcycle expert. I'm just going to go tighten it, hope and pray that chain doesn't snap off. But that chain has around 13.5, maybe 14,000 miles on it. So maybe a change of sprocket to chain is in the works. I don't know. I don't know if I have the fucking money, right? See what happens, man. Maybe I'll have to cancel my trip later in the year. if you guys know what NFR is taking place in Vegas, where it usually takes place, and Cowboy Christmas is there. I don't go to spend money. I know there's people that love to go there and shop. I like looking at all the different vendors in NFR and whatnot. Plus, it's in Vegas, but the fact that it's in Vegas is already expensive. Then you add NFR on top of it, and suddenly all the hotel prices and everything skyrockets. So, maybe staying a little bit outside of Vegas is the move. But, if I have to buy a new chain and sprocket for the bike, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Plus, the truck needs to. You know what? I'm gonna go find a second job. I think because my truck tires are about 5 years old, and it needs a paint job. You guys haven't seen the truck in its full glory, I don't think, ever. But the wrap is splitting on it. I'm just yapping now. I'm going to eat these eggs before they get cold and go work on the bike. So I appreciate y'all for watching. I hope to see you guys next time.